Liberals are so stupid the way that they handle Trump.
What do you mean?
You should shut up. He's a narcissist.
So what do you think? Was Bill Burr just being funny? Or was he speaking for millions of Americans who are simply fed up with the nonsense? Did Kimmel deserve to get booted? Or did he just fall victim to the same system he helped build? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the next Hollywood meltdown we dive into. Because here's the bottom line. Jimmy Kimmel didn't get canceled by Trump. He got canceled by his own arrogance, his own politics, and his own audience walking away.
Narcissists, sociopaths, all of this type of stuff. Like, you want to see a great case thing on, like, narcissism. Liberals are so stupid the way that they handle Trump.
What do you mean?
You should shut up. He's a narcissist. Neutral energy.
Yeah.
Neutral.
You think he'd go away?
You know what I think he was? I think he was a one-hit wonder. Right? He wrote The Twist. And then that was it. He was on the casino circuit, and then you idiot liberals wrote him Twist again when you indicted him. And now he's a martyr.
And now
he's coming back, Jimmy.
The peppermint twist is back.
Back.
Meanwhile, Kimmel thought he was untouchable, bigger than Disney, bigger than Mickey Mouse. But here's the harsh truth. Nobody is bigger than the numbers. When the ratings tank, the networks don't care who you are. They'll cut you loose in a heartbeat. And that's exactly what happened. Can Kimmel make a comeback? Maybe online, like every other canceled host. But his late-night empire? It's finished. The audience has moved on.
Bill Burr is here. He means no harm.
How long have you been wearing suits? You're supposed to unbutton the coat when you sit down.
No, that's not true.
It's been bugging me the whole time.
All right, I'll unbutton everything. More with Bill Burr after this. We'll be right back.
And here's the truth. People don't want to be lectured at midnight. They want to laugh. But Kimmel wasn't delivering laughs. He was delivering sermons. Eventually, even his most loyal fans got bored. That's why Burr's moment hit so hard. Because in that one appearance, he did what Kimmel hadn't done in years. He told the truth. He said what everyone already knew. Liberals fueled Trump's comeback. The woke agenda is exhausting. And the political options we're being handed aren't inspiring anyone. That's not right-wing. That's not left-wing. That's just honesty.
I can't believe, like, these are honestly going to be our two choices, because I really try to, with each thing, to try to be like, figure out who I'm going to, but I mean, there's got to be, I want somebody in their 40s, somebody that's going to have to live with their decisions. I don't want, like, with any luck, they'll both die of natural causes before the election. And maybe you could get somebody that still has something to live for.
And speaking of irony, now Barack Obama wants to talk about cancel culture. This is the same guy who said nothing when comedians, celebrities, and even regular people were being silenced by the woke mob years ago. Back then, he was fine with it, because it worked in his favor. But now that it doesn't, suddenly he's a critic. It's selective outrage, plain and simple. People see through it, just like they saw through Kimmel. Because this wasn't about one bad joke. It was years of alienating half the country, night after night.
Prime Minister, we saw the dismissal of a very well-known chat show host in America last night, Mr. Kimmel. Is free speech more under attack in Britain or America?
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
Of course, some people tried to spin it, calling Kimmel a martyr for free speech. Please. That argument doesn't hold up. Free speech means the government can't silence you. It doesn't mean Disney has to pay you $15 million a year while you rant about MAGA supporters and lose ratings. Kimmel isn't silenced. He can start a podcast, a Substack, or a YouTube channel tomorrow. Nobody's stopping him. He's just not getting paid by Disney to do it anymore. And honestly, that's fair.
Yes, this is not about free speech. This is about the free market. On free speech, Jimmy Kimmel isn't losing his ability to speak out and say whatever the heck he wants. He could run the Substack just like his friends Don Lemon, Jim Acosta, Joy Reid, Chuck Todd, and say whatever's on his mind there. The difference is he's not going to get paid $15-16 million a year from Disney and ABC to do it. I mean, Here's the thing. This was a last straw moment for Disney, ABC, the affiliates Nexstar, and Sinclair.
Even people who'd never vote for Trump are tired. Tired of the pandering, tired of the woke politics, tired of being told what to think and who to hate.
Now, let's zoom out.
Burr's moment wasn't just a funny segment, it was symbolic. Kimmel's ratings were already tanking. His comedy had become predictable, more lecture than laughter. Be honest, when was the last time someone said, "Hey, did you catch Kimmel last night?" Exactly. He wasn't funny anymore.
Just répétitive.
And in television, that's fatal.
Rating down. At revenu gone.
Eventually, the network had to pull the plug. He wasn't fired for one joke. He wasn't a victim of some grand conspiracy. He was fired because his show stopped making money.
Plein and simple.
Former US President Barack Obama has criticised the decision, writing, "After years of complaining about cancel culture, the current administration has taken it to a new and dangerous level by routinely threatening regulatory action against media companies unless they muzzle or fire reporters and commentators it doesn't like. This is precisely the kind of government coercion that the First Amendment was designed to prevent, and media companies need to start standing up rather than capitulating to it."
When Kimmel asked about the next election, Burr didn't give the usual woke-approved answer. He didn't laugh off Trump or instantly praise Biden or Harris. Instead, he admitted something uncomfortable. He's exhausted. Exhausted by recycled candidates. Exhausted by empty slogans. Exhausted by the non-stop chaos that seems to pour out of Washington every single day. And while Burr framed it as a joke about both candidates being old, the real message was clear. He doesn't want more of Biden's America. He doesn't want Harris either. He wants someone younger, someone with skin in the game, someone who'll actually live with the consequences of their own policies instead of coasting through the final years of their careers. Can you really blame him?
All of this screaming about the First Amendment and free speech is driving me crazy. People seem to think that the First Amendment allows every individual to say whatever they want, wherever they want, whenever they want. That's not what the First Amendment does. What the First Amendment does is provides that Congress can make no law to prohibit you from speaking. Mm-hmm. It does not say that you can't get fired for saying some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It does not say that. And so Jimmy Kimmel, as you've said, has not been silenced. This is not chilling.
And you know what? Burr was absolutely right. That's not a pro-Trump stance. That's just reality. Liberals turned Trump into a martyr. They couldn't help themselves. And now? Surprise! He's bigger than ever. But Burr didn't stop there. He went deeper, and that's when things got awkward for Jimmy Kimmel.
Little Jimmy Kimmel thought he was bigger than Disney. Bigger than Mickey Mouse. Charlie Kirk's body isn't even buried. And ABC affiliates are refusing to air his show. They're on the brink of an advertiser boycott. And this guy's not even in first place. And he says, let's go another round. So the boss said, take a breather, Jimmy. You're costing us a fortune.
So, here's the thing. Liberals have absolutely no idea how to handle Donald Trump. And every time they try, they just make him stronger.
Don't believe it?
Let's rewind to that hilarious moment when Bill Burr appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and completely flipped the script. You could almost see Kimmel sweating through his suit as Burr calmly dropped truth bombs right there on live television. And honestly, it was glorious. Now, here's what makes it interesting. Bill Burr isn't some closet conservative hiding a MAGA hat. The guy's a lifelong lefty, open about it. But sometimes, even hardcore liberals stumble onto the truth. And that's exactly what happened here. Burr pointed out something that drives the left crazy. They're the ones who turned Trump into a political powerhouse. Every time they tried to destroy him, with indictments, scandals, or 24/7 media smears, they didn't bury him. They amplified him.